Hey guys, how's it going, and thanks for coming. And in this video we're going over unemployment and stimulus updates. This is basically the end of April, and we're going to be talking about what's going on because the craziness is still happening. So we're going to be starting off with unemployment. Jobless claims just came out. We're going to go over stimulus updates, and I do have confirmations for both of these because I'm going through unemployment, stimulus checks. I have a brother that's going through it, my parents and everything. So I want to give updates for personally because a lot of things are just theory. What's actually going on, I want to portray that. Then we have the main proposals that people are talking about. They've been out for a little bit, but I want to update them for you. And also the Fed. So today, Thursday, was a wonderful morning when jobless claims came out again of 3.8 million, which means there's over 30 million people that are unemployed in just a month and a half. So yes, the numbers per week are declining. However, there's still massive amounts of people that are unemployed. Some people are struggling to get that unemployment, while others are actually getting more while they're on unemployment versus if they actually worked at a job. I live in New York, one of the most hit places in America, and Governor Cuomo says New York may need more federal help to pay unemployment benefits. And looking at the total assets of the Federal Reserve balance sheet, most likely they're going to get it, along with just about everything else. Because the Federal Reserve also just released just yesterday that they will continue funding whatever is possible or needed. Well, anything's possible at this point. So whatever's needed, they will provide, and they will remain at 0% interest rates or around that for the foreseeable future. And that's also largely due to the fact that officially GDP is negative, yet at the same time the stock market doesn't seem to care. So with unemployment, I have been seeing a lot of questions through many videos, including mine, that people are questioning like if they should or if they qualify for unemployment. And I would say just do it. At this point, from my confirmation, I was in between jobs when I was going into a new job and they pulled the job offer out, and currently I am receiving unemployment. My brother's side, he still has a job. He hasn't been laid off, not furloughed. He's just not working. So there has been a lack of hours and pay on his side, and now he's receiving it. So that supports that you technically don't have to be laid off. If you have been affected in any way, you should apply. We talked about this in previous videos, but this is extremely important. It's also available for self-employed or contractors. And they are saying, I saw a couple pictures out there that people are actually getting this, of retroactive pay. So if you haven't been getting paid and you're kind of just waiting, you should be expecting a lump sum payment of unemployment benefits. Now let's talk a little bit about the stimulus check updates. So the IRS website is actually functioning at this point. They were down for maintenance for a little bit, but you can go to the payment option and you could actually update your bank information. My parents just did that, so that's a confirmation there. The IRS now has their bank information, so it could be direct deposited a little bit quicker. Otherwise, they are starting to mail out these paper checks. Again, we talked about this previously before, but people could start expecting the paper checks from May is coming right up. So in May all the way up to maybe like late summer, and it is income based. So the less you make, the sooner you should expect to see it. And just to clear up a couple things, the stimulus check money is not considered as income. So there have been people saying like, oh, it's technically advanced. No, they have changed that. I confirmed that with multiple sources, including my own accountant. He's a CPA. So there are no tax implications for the future, as of now at least. And just to reiterate, so people just don't do absolutely nothing, you may need to take action to get your stimulus payment. So like we just said, if you have to update your bank information, actually do something. Don't just sit there and expect it to come to you. Now, the big one that people are starting to focus on are proposals. You know, we're going through unemployment, stimulus checks are starting to roll out, so hopefully most of you have actually gotten it. But what's going to happen for the future. So I'm going to be focusing on the main ones that I have seen, so let's talk about some of those. Just to enunciate, nothing has been decided on yet. Democrats are increasingly supporting the idea of recurring stimulus checks. Several lawmakers have rolled out proposals for additional stimulus check payments. But at the same time, it might take a little bit longer than expected because Congress extends recess until at least May 4th. How nice for them. So the first big main one, especially since other countries have monthly stimulus checks, people are starting to think that we actually might start that as well. So they are talking about people who are over 16 and make less than $130,000 a year, and they plan on doing this for at least 6 months. They could still have qualifying family members, such as children, will receive an additional $500 like we saw in the last stimulus check. So on this one, they are planning on giving monthly contributions or payments out to individuals. And at this point, it doesn't matter if like you're dependent, it's literally quite everyone if you make under that desired amount of $130,000. Now there were a couple of different variations of this. Some are proposing that it should be paid $2,000 every single month. Another one was $1,000 every single month. There are also talks of debit cards that seem convenient so they can control us a little bit more debatably. So with these supposed debit cards, they might initially give everyone $2,000 to begin with, and then each additional month they give you another $1,000 for recurring payments. At the same time, there are additional talks of talking about rent and mortgage delays or forbearances even longer. I heard up to 1 entire year. If you want more information on mortgage forbearances, if that's good or bad for you, I just did a previous video on that if you're interested. But that will mean you don't have to pay for your house or your rent for an entire year. If you are a landlord, they do plan on reimbursing you any lost rent. So hopefully overall that kind of organizes all the main things that's going on at this point relating to unemployment, stimulus updates, forbearances, not only for mortgages, but I heard that might be for student loans as well. Double check if that's right for you, and the main proposals, as well as the Fed money printing. So if you guys have any other questions, comments, concerns, please leave them down below. We need to stick together and make sure all this information is accurate. If you have any personal experiences that it could help other people, hit this video with a thumbs up so it reaches those people as well. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Stay strong.